Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, got a great video for you guys today, and this is a very, very controversial subject. So today, I'm gonna talk about narcissism as it relates to prenuptial agreements, child support, and pretty much I'm gonna try to keep it right there because both of those right there anyway are just those are hot topics and really need to be separated, but I'm gonna try to squeeze it all in this one. So I was watching a video and I posted it on my page about the former NBA player Steven Jackson and his engagement to Imani Showalter. She's from Atlanta. Housewives of LA, Basketball Wives LA. I ain't familiar with all them shows, man. I don't watch it. So he was telling his story, and the reason that I'm using his as an example is because my man put it out there, and it was raw and uncut. It was raw and uncut. It was a two-part to his. It was a two-part video, and he went on to explain, how, they came together. He explained how he met her in New York, and they dated for about a year or so, and he wanted to get married to her. They talked about it, and he said he was going to get a prenup. They talked about the prenup. In a prenup, he explained in detail how you have to have both parties have to agree on the prenup. And, they put the prenup together. She sat it down, they agreed on it, but they didn't sign it right there. And, I guess as time went on, she really had no intentions on signing it. So, right there, she was future faking with him. And, he continued to just go on and do, they're planning a wedding and everything. Big, elaborate wedding. And he wanted to go to his hometown to get married because he's from Texas. She was from New York. So he grew up in a church, and he wanted his pastor to do the nuptials over the ceremony. Well, one of her friends, one of the flying monkeys, said, no, we're going to need to get this other pastor to do the nuptials. And she insisted. Now, she did not know this pastor, right? She did not know this pastor. This wasn't her pastor. She did not know this pastor, right? Because she's plotting. She's plotting on him the whole time. She's plotting. Anyway, he said time went on, and they got to the day before the wedding, day of the wedding. They had gotten to it. He said he got into it with her maybe about 2 weeks before the wedding, and then a week before the wedding, and they going back and forth. Why haven't you signed the prenup? Well, I'm working on this wedding and blah, 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 blah. And the distraction, and she's too busy. She's frustrated. She's going through all these things. She's putting on a show. Because in the back of her mind, she's thinking, dude, it's no way I'm going to marry you and agree not to get paid if we break up. Because she already knows. She's a narcissist. She already knows there's no way this relationship is going to last. She knows it. So she agreed because she thinking she going to just pull him in there. I'm going to pull you in here. You're going to get in. You can still get married. Well, they got up to the day of the wedding. And there were different things he's saying is going on about how her people or her pastor. He said, no, him and his boys, they did the bachelor party, had a great time, whatever. They get to the church or the hotel where they're having the ceremony. All of his buddies, other basketball players and stuff, they are there. And he gets into the back room with the pastor, her choice in pastors, and he talks to her aunt, I think it was, either her aunt or her grandmother, one of her relatives, and she has not signed the prenup. So now his boys are telling him, wedding off. They already, everybody on his team, and this is for you fellas, man, because the fellas, y'all don't do, man, women stick together. Women stick together on stuff like that. Fellas will let the dude go head down the aisle, get married, and just get chumped. So this guy really has some good friends. So fellas, man, y'all, we got to do better, man. We got to do a whole lot better. Women aren't going to let other women go down the aisle and just do something stupid. They are all in her ear. Fortunately, he had men around him that were the same way. Those men stood and band with him. They said, oh, hell no, wedding off. Now, these are his boys. This is not just him. He's saying it, but his boys are standing out. Oh, nah. All right, y'all, let's roll. They ready to fly out of there. Let's get out of here, bro. There's a sham going on. Let's get out of here. She full of it, man. Let's go. They already have seen this too many times on their level. So, they go back and forth, and the pastor that she insisted on having, flying monkey, says, well, he gets into it with the pastor. Pastor says, well, listen, I believe in God and, this, that, and the third. And, it must be God's will for y'all to get married without it. The pastor that she chose trying to convince this guy, the pastor that she chose is trying to convince him that you should still get married without signing that prenup. She got flying monkeys everywhere at this point because it's millions of dollars on the table for her. Should she get married and get out of it? She stands to gain half of his fortune. Okay, so fortunately, again, he got his boys right there with him. Oh, Pastor, I'm sorry, Pastor, you don't make what we make, bruh. We're not going forward with this. He's not going forward with this. Man, he got a hell of a team around him, man. Some good dudes around him. Told him, hell no, you're not getting married to her. She didn't sign? Okay. So also, the NBA, the NFL, the hockey league, baseball league, all of them. Now they are judging the athletes based on the spouse that they're with, determining whether they're going to choose you or not to work for their organization. Now, this is coming from the athlete. Now, I happen to know a little bit about that. I got a small background in that, just from another situation. But now those teams, they're judging whether or not they are going to use a player based on his spouse. Now, he said that there was a team, a basketball team, that did not sign him just because they did not like his fiance, the way she dressed. They said, no, she's an attention seeker. They did a background on her. She's an attention seeker. Look at how she dressed. And I'm saying he just talked about how she dressed. I'm pretty sure it was a little more than that. But the thing is that they had a kind of rocky relationship. His words were, no relationship is perfect. This is Narcissism 101, because that's the first thing that a narcissist is going to tell you in a relationship, that there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. That's the first thing that they're going to break you down with in the relationship. Nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's how they get in with the nobody's perfect. You've heard that so much in your life that you believe it and you're ready to accept it. So my man says, okay, we're not getting married. That's that. They leaving the church. They say they're going to the reception. They said, forget it. He called the wedding off. Wedding got called off because she tried her hand. She future faked him all the way up to the altar. Future faked him all the way to the altar just to get to the altar to say, I ain't doing it. She agreed she was going to do it. She never did it. He calls it off. So he said before they get downstairs to the DJ booth, to the reception, because he said they still going to party anyway. My man said he was crying like a little child. Blowing snot bubbles and everything. He is crying, wailing, because he was truly, genuinely hurt because of the situation. And because he loved the woman. Now, the woman, okay, she did the double reverse. So now, now he finds out, her aunt comes back to him, listen, baby, you done came this far. At least hear the woman out. At least let the woman talk. Y'all about to get married. You love this woman, XYZ. He loved her too. So he listened. And y'all know what happens if you listen to the narcissist. You know what happens. You know they're going to get you if you listen to him. He listened to her though. But he had his security with him. Now she's going to sign the prenup. She says, okay, I'll sign it. But she signs it under duress. She's crying. She's upset. She doesn't want to do it. Y'all know what that means? I didn't know what that means either. That means that even if she signs it, and I hope that I don't give too much of this, but he already put the information out there. So y'all just going to be aware of how this goes, because there are narcissists who watch this and they're going to be taking advantage. So, but now you know, if she signs and she's crying under duress, she can prove it's under duress where she's going to have witnesses watching her, and she's under duress, then that means that can be considered void. That can be a voided contract because she could say she was under duress. She was crying, she was upset, and she felt that she was forced or her life was going to change. That's why she signed it. And she still could sue him for half that money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, moral of the story was, first of all, to the men out here, we owe it to each other to start sticking together. Women stick together. She had her flying monkeys everywhere. They were everywhere. They were all over the situation, helping her, assisting her to get this guy to marry her. And then, hey, we free to do what we want to do. All you got to do is get him to say yes down at that altar without signing that paperwork. So, that was a lot. Moral of the story is, that narcissism, people, let's get back to the narcissism. People, and I'm saying this is more geared towards the men because, ladies, we go through a lot. We go through a lot when it comes to all of the financials, because that was one situation, but, he made another, he talked about other women that he had dealt with, and he has children. So he's going from, he went from how his the mother of his children one of them, he had two different ladies that he had children with. One of them tried to sue him for child support in every state that he lived in, that he played basketball. Every time he moved to a state to play ball with an organization, she took him to that state. She tried to get child support out of that state. And the thing is this, and he talks about how he takes care of his children and everything. But those guys, that's the top tier. And those guys, that's just some of what they have to go through trying to be married to normal people, just an average female. That's the trial that they have to, and these guys are filthy rich. Look at the rest of us, just normal men. We're just mortal men. And we have to go through the exact same scenario without all the money. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. There are some guys out here. I totally will agree. There are many guys out here that you have to take to court to make them do what they're supposed to do, because they will abandon their children. They won't do anything for their children. They will disown their own flesh and blood children. They will disown them. I totally agree with you taking somebody like that to court. But we're not talking about that in this video. This video, we're talking about the gold diggers that will have a child just to get a check every month. Okay? Yeah, and yes, it's plenty of them out there. Plenty of them out there looking to get pregnant by a regular guy just with a job. They getting pregnant by guys who just smoke weed all day. So they you got females that are looking for a come up through the vessel of a child. And what I'm saying is that the narcissism that is in that's her ill intent. The intent is not to have just a loving relation, to build a loving relationship, and then you guys marry and have children. You plan a family together. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the ladies, the females, not ladies, but females that decide to see a guy and say, I want that. And I want, oh man, his lifestyle looks like it's nice, and I want to partake in that. I'm about to spread these legs for him, get some money from him on a monthly basis, all in the name of child support. All in the name of, I had a child by you. Sometimes men having children out here, y'all have a child off a one night stand. Now, don't get me wrong, dude, if you had sex with her, one night stand, man, you got to pay for it. This is just that simple. It is. Fellas, you still got to pay, even if it's a one night stand. Y'all thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? No. It's still about integrity. All right, yeah, you thought it was a jump off. You should have protected yourself. And it's just that simple. You should have been protecting yourself anyway for a one night stand. Now, the female, it may not have been her intent, but let's just keep it real. You go down to the child support office, and it's just pandemonium down there. It's pandemonium down there. Most of the time, 99% of the people going down there, the fellas, the men having to go there, they would much rather, it's much easier to just take care of your child. But the trick, the conniving female, the female that, the mischievous one, she wants to keep that and use that as leverage against you. Well, if you don't marry me, we just gonna have to go ahead and go to court. If we're not gonna live together, well, then we need to go ahead and go to court. If we're not gonna do, some females will force themselves on a man, all in the name of, hey, we had this child, you got me pregnant, and that's what it is. You could almost call child support the new lottery, because that's how some females treat it. They treat it as a come up. They absolutely treat it as a come up. And then let's look at how the child support laws and the rules that govern child support, how they really work. Because it tells you it's a law that is on the books that allows a female or the parent who has the child, the custodial parent, physical custodial parent, being able to receive the support, has the right to receive support, financial support. It's not taxed. She doesn't have to claim it as income, but yet she can use it as income to obtain credit. So for the person paying the child support, it is taxed. It counts against him when he's trying to get credit or she's trying to get credit. So right there, you can see the disparity in it. You know, it's not working the same way for both people. Now, both people still have to have a place to house that child when the child is with both parents. They both have to have a place that is, presentable for that child. So their expenses in the home are the same. You know, you can say that, oh, well, he can go live with his mother or he can go live in an efficiency apartment. No. He has to have an apartment where he can accommodate his child as well. The same way the mother does or the custodial parent. So their needs are the same on both ends, but one parent receives the benefits, one parent has to just pay. Now, I agree, a child is expensive, a child should be taken care of. You should never be in a position where, you don't want to take care of your children. That's not where we're at. What I'm saying is that's narcissism when one person can prey on somebody to inconvenience their life for the sole purpose of manipulation. That person just wants money. She just wants a check every month. Because 9 times out of 10, the people who are doing all of that, lots of the females is charging and getting paid crazy amounts of child support, especially on the professional athlete level where this guy's getting millions of dollars and then he's having to pay something crazy for child support. He's basically taking care of her whole family just on child support. She doesn't have to do anything. Lay down, open, and get pregnant. And all of a sudden, hey, you a jet setter now. Just based on that. And I just feel that's not fair. And now that it's starting to happen to women, stuff that's starting to happen to women don't feel it's fair either. I don't feel it's not fair. It's not fair. Nobody should be able to use a legal system or anything. Nothing should be used as leverage to inconvenience anybody. Everybody should bear the same burden. Everybody. Yeah, and of course it's going to be a debate about, well, what if this person makes all this money, this person doesn't make anything, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's you. That's you. Just because you met this person, that shouldn't change your life forever. You could have met that person, y'all had a great conversation in one day. Hey, y'all slipped up and had sex with each other with so much electricity. Bam, now y'all got a child. Okay, y'all got a child. Let's say I ain't even gonna go all of that. That's a whole lot going on. But anyway, like I was saying, you have professional organizations that won't even deal with you as an athlete anymore because of the choices that you make in a spouse. Because if they can see that the spouse you have is a little edgy and a little wild, they're like, no, we have too much money invested in this organization to bring a drama-filled person here. Because a narcissist is a drama-filled person. A narcissist is going to keep that athlete totally in confusion. Yeah, he's on one week, he's off the next week, he's this one week. He can't get it together because guess what? Because the woman he's going home to at night, there's no peace in that house. Ain't nothing in that house but craziness. Hey, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. I'm just keeping it real. Because if you're going to deal with a narcissist, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have total, utter craziness. You're going to spend your life and all your time in a courtroom, fighting back and forth, trying to get leverage, trying to get your life back, trying to feel good one day. That's all narcissism is going to bring you. You're going to stay in the courthouse with them. You're going to have the police around you all the time. It's going to be drama. You're not going to be able to focus on a career nor anything else because you're always focused on this craziness. People who have gotten out of a relationship with a narcissist, I want y'all to go in the comments of this video and just tell other people so that they can look and see at how life turns out and the things that you can accomplish when you don't have that drama in your life anymore. Please just leave a short comment about how you can go, your life goes forward, you're able to do things that you were never able to do around a narcissist, because a narcissist is a jealous, envious, blood-sucking, energy-sucking person that all they want to do is make you their slave. They want to steal all of your good energy. They can see that people are attracted to your energy, and all they want to do is take all of it for themselves and leave you as an empty shell. That's my video, people. I want to thank everyone again. All of my new subscribers. Whoa. Look, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the absolute most. You are epic. You are turning this channel into a real channel here, people. I definitely appreciate all the love and all of the comments. Also, right now, I'm running a promotion. Every fifth new subscriber that requests, I'm giving 1 hour of free coaching to every fifth new subscriber. Hey guys, thank you for liking, sharing, for subscribing, for commenting. Appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm working on some more material for you guys. All right, peace.